Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Friday, 26th of April 2024, and it's 7:30. So we're going to do these selections today for Sandown. We will use the exchange. I did say I wouldn't get here early, but I've got a few meetings to get through. So we'll start off with Sandown. Now, going through the card here today, there's a non-runner in the 150. That's Rocking Tree. And also a non-runner in the 335 is Max Yuri. So they're the only two non-runners at Sandown as it stands. And we're not betting in every race, but we have got 6 selections today. So we're going to start with the first race, which is the 115, where 10 go to post. What we'll do is go on to Matchbook. So we'll move this along and we'll go into Matchbook and see what the prices are. Our top selection here is Hedge Fund. So Hedge Fund currently trading at 6.6. Stakes of £15, 15 pence would return £100. And our second selection is Equity Law. And Equity Law, that is 13.5. And stakes of £7.41 would return £100. And our third selection is Sommelier. And Sommelier is 19.5. And stakes of £5.13 would return £100. And then we've got a dead heat in the next one. So let's just have a look. Now the way you do this is the highest points minus the second highest points. That gives 8, but it's the lower number that we want. And Rogue Enforcer is 89, and the next one to that is 77.50, so that's further. So the way they are at the moment is the way we would bet on them. So Serried Ranks, which is the King and Queen sauce, that one I think, that is 15, and stakes of £6.67 would return us £100. And our next selection is going to be Rogue Enforcer, and this is an outsider as well at 16. So stakes of £6.25 would return us £100. And we've now staked £40.60, so we've got £9.40. And the next selection is Chagrin. And Chagrin is 6.2. So that will be our last selection there, because we can't put £16 on it. So we'll put the £9.40 that we've got left. And that will be that race completed. So we've got, in the 115 Sandown, we've got 5 running for us. Hedge Fund, Equity Law, Sommelier, Serried Ranks, and Rogue Enforcer. And Chagrin will be the one where we put the less money on. So that's that. We will come back to these. Into race 2. This is the 150. And our number 1 selection here is Cogitate. And Cogitate at the moment is currently 6.8. And stakes of £14.71 would return £100. Then our second selection is Nelly Laylax. And Nelly Laylax, that is 16.5. And stakes of £6.06 would return £100. Then our third selection is Blue Lemons, and Blue Lemons is 12.5. Stakes of £8 would return us £100. And our next selection, we've got another dead heat. There's not too many of these, but they just appear. So let's have a look. Here it would be 103, then 101.50, a difference of 1.5. And the one underneath, yeah, it's too many. So Cuban Tiger would be the next selection. I don't even know whether I've done these at all anyway. And Cuban Tiger, that's currently 9.2. Stakes of £10.87 would return £100. And we've got £10.36 left to stake. And the next selection, Hand of God. Remember Diego Maradona from all them years ago. And 3.1. Too much money to put on that, so we've got to go back to our original there, which was £10.36. And that's our £50 stake. So we've got 4 running for us. Cogitate, Nelly Laylax, Blue Lemons and Cuban Tiger. And Hand of God will be the one with the lesser amount on. Now we'll go into race 3. And as I say, when I say race 3, I mean betting race for us. So the 225 at Sandown. And we've gone for Desert Hero here. This is 5.7. So stakes of £17.54 would return £100. And our second selection is Isra. And Isra is currently 4.1. So stakes of £24.39 would return £100. And we've got £8.07 left. And our third selection is Check and Challenge. And this is currently at 11. And we can't afford the 909, so we'll put the 807 on that instead. And that should be our £50 stake. And we've got 2 running for us. We've got Desert Hero and Isra. One of those would return £100, and Check and Challenge would be the lesser amount. Then into race 4. This is the 3 o'clock at Sandown. And our top selection here is Lord North. It's been a good servant that has over the years. And Lord North currently at 5. And stakes of £20 would return £100. And my second selection here is Pogo. And Pogo, that's 32. So stakes of £3.13 would return £100. And the third selection would be Nostrum. And Nostrum is 3.65. And it's going to be close, but let's see how much we've got in the kitty. £26.87. And that will be our 3 selections for that race. We've got 2 running for us. We've got Lord North and Pogo. One of those would return £100, and Nostrum would be the lower amount. Now we're going to move into our 5th betting race at Sandown, and this is going to be the 335. And our top selection here is Arabian Crown, which is currently odds-on favourite at 1.85. I have stopped betting in races like this because you will only be able to have £50 on it, nothing else running for you, and that is your only bet. So if you're one of those players, then the favourite, I say, looks the way to go, but I've only got it 2 lengths clear. I wouldn't say there's a lot of horses that have got big chances in this, but Macduff, Portland and War Rooms, I most probably wouldn't rule those out. Arabian Crown is the top selection, and as I say, that would be one bet of £50. That would be it. Then we move into the last race we're going to cover at Sandown. This will be the 4:45. So it's a nice card there today. Alright, so let's have a look at our top selection, which is Endossa. And Endossa, that's at the moment 16. So stakes of £6.25 would return £100. And Across Earth is our second selection, which is 17. Stakes of £5.88 would return £100. And our third selection is Tipsy Tiger, which is pretty much down the bottom there. That's currently 27. And stakes of £3.70 would return £100. And then we've got Fee Rain, and that is 16.5. So stakes of £6.06 would return £100. And our next selection is Monsieur Melee. And Monsieur Melee, that is currently 9.6. And stakes of £10.42 would return us £100. And the next selection is Bryony, and this is 5.9. And stakes of £16.95 would return us £100. And so far we've laid out £49.26. So we're right on the cusp here of nothing else. We did have the next 2 dead heat there, but not that this is going to make the slightest bit of difference. And they will be in the order they are. So the 74 pence would end up on Prep School. Let's just move all that back. And let's have a look at the price of Prep School. And that would be 15. So in the last race here, we got 6 running for us. That's Endossa, Across Earth, Tipsy Tiger, Firain, Monsieur Melee, and Bryony. And Prep School would be the lesser amount. So we'll just go back and do a recap. So we'll bring the calculator into play. And in our first betting race, the 115, we've got 5 running for us. Hedge Fund, Equity Law, Sommelier, Serid Ranks, and Rogue Enforcer. One of those 5 would return us £100. And Chagrin, £9.40 times £6.20 would return us £58.28 on our last selection. So it would be at least our money back and the other 5 running for us. Then moving into the 150, we've got 4 going for us here. Cogitate, Nelly Laylax, Blue Lemons and Cuban Tiger. And then we've got Hand of God, which is £10.36 times 3.1 SP. And that will return us £32.11, which isn't bad because that is way down in our 5th selection. Then into the 225 at Sandown, we've got 2 selections here. Desert Hero and Isra, one of those would return £100. And our third selection is Check and Challenge, SP of 11 times the stake of 807 would return us £88.77 if that wins, so that's not bad. Then going into the 3 o'clock, we've got two selections here. We've got Lord North and Pogo. One of those would return £100. And then we've got Nostrum, £26.87 times that by the odds of 3.65 would return us £98.07, so that's pretty good as well. Then going into our fifth race, as I say, if you're going to back this, Arabian Crown is the only selection at £50, and of course £50 times the 1.85 would return you £92.50. And then into our last betting race there, the 4:45, we've got 6 running for us. Indossa, Across Earth, Tipsy Tiger, Firain, say it right in a minute, Monsieur Melee, and Brioni. One of those 6 would return £100. And Prep School, as I say, if you're betting that on Betfair, you'll need a minimum of £1. But anywhere else you can stake the 74 pence, and that will return £11.10. But again, that's better than not doing it. So that is the bets at Sandown today, and I hope you're lucky with that or whatever you're betting. The weather looks nice down that way as well, so let's hope for some good results, and we'll catch up on the results show later on this evening. Thanks for watching.